Alright guys, so it is the same day that we went to go get the CRX, Little Leslie Racing, and Noel called me and he's like, you want to come to the dyno? So I was like, screw it, but I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna bring my injectors so we can clean them one more time and check them, and then I'm gonna probably do my fuel system tomorrow, which you guys, for you, that'll be like 30 seconds from now. But yeah, I figured that because, you know, the fuel filter and some other things came in. So anyways, we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna head over to the dyno before right now it's like 7, and there's really no action out here as far as snow or whatever. So yeah, and I'll see you guys in a second. Hey, you know they only work if you plug them in. Don't curse on me now. Don't curse on me now. I'm recording.
You're supposed to plug them in?
I thought so.
Oh, that would make sense.
No, I just said my injectors are messed up, but he didn't say the word messed up. He said another word. This guy mean to me. Then he called my O-ring fat. Like, what's that even mean? Joke's on him. We're on a budget over here. We don't got O-ring. We don't have an O-ring budget. That thing's getting pressed back in there, and if it leaks, put a rag around that one. Call it a day.
I don't know if that was gonna work, but
yeah, it looked a little sus when you plugged it in. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that looks even to me. Oh yeah, we're Gucci from the last time. Oh, it's leaking. Is it leaking? Yeah, it is. Is that the thing, or is that my injector?
the thing.
Okay, cool. Makes me feel a little better. So my O-ring's not messed up. You're a freaking stupid machine.
Why is he looking at us like we're thugs or something?
They're mint.
Oh no, I think they're a little f***ed up.
You said the F word. Now I gotta cut it out again. You know, I feel like you did that the last time too. You did do it the last time. I had to edit that out too. Actually, I know I didn't have to edit out because I had my other phone and my audio was so bad that it kind of just covered yourself up.
That's pretty smart.
It is. I didn't even have to edit it out. I was like, you can't even hear what he said.
How much you got on your phone? I just thought about that.
Yeah, it's the 16.
You got money, man.
Yeah, right. I was due for an upgrade. But, no, you haven't noticed that, you know, the quality, the audio is better? He just doesn't watch my videos. That's because he's lying.
I don't know if I didn't know the difference, to be honest with you.
Bro, if you go like 6 videos back, it's bad. Like the audio in the background's like, and I'm inside.
The only video I can think of that had like some terrible audio was the one, I remember, it was when you were putting your transmission together. But it sounded like you said 6 videos ago, so I'm pretty sure you had your phone for that video.
I did. Damn. No, but you know why that sounded like that? It's because they had the heater on. That's crazy. This guy's just insulting me now. His payment is a vitamin water.
It's like working for free, basically.
2 vitamin waters. Bro, I don't got O-ring money. Alright, so these are good to go. So that means tomorrow I could put my fuel system together.
Is that what that means?
That's exactly what that means. After I go to work. And play in the snow for a little bit.
I just realized today's...
I know it's not a Kuko content, but... you know, after getting the injectors done and driving in the snow, the truck decided to pee fuel. So, got the bed up, got the whole interior exposed.
This is yours?
But yep, coming to work on a Saturday. I mean, this should be real quick once I pop out the pump. But I usually work Saturdays anyways, but I usually work. Sucks working on your own stuff. You're not getting paid for it. So how much gas just started? Like, that was just from moving it right there, and the thing was like, yep. And I knew it. I was like, one of these lines was so rusty because it wasn't doing that. So this is where we're at now. Shout out to Jesse, helped me get the line out of this one, which is, this would have been more of a pain in the butt. The evap ended up breaking, so I just cut it off here, and what I'm gonna do, since it's only an evap, I'm gonna put a hose and this T, push it in there, and hopefully that should be good. It's just an evap, so it's not like pressure running through it or nothing. So just to do that, and then I'm fighting with the bigger line still. This one, because there's so much rust in it, it doesn't want to push down. But yeah, we're gonna handle that, and hopefully I'll have this truck put on. I think the ring should be fine with coming off, but I'm gonna have to reuse this one. Couldn't find one, no one had one, so it is what it is. And yeah, I'll see you guys when I'm done. Finally got it out. This ring broke my balls. Thank you to Jesse. Got it out, cleaned it up, but I'm gonna see if I could suck up some gas because a little bit of dirt got in there. So anyways, all right, new pumps in, laid some undercoat down on the bed or on the frame, and then I'll do the rest whenever I get a chance. But new pump is in. Like I said, that other thing broke, so I just put a hose from here to here. It's just evap, so it should be all right. But there it is. And then tomorrow, come in, drop the bed down, or if anything, I might just do it right now to at least get it started and in place. So then I just got to throw the bolts and plug everything back in, and then it's ready to go. But besides that, I'm done. And then we should be getting to some car stuff. It's also gonna snow, so we packed the shop. Well, I didn't do anything because I was stuck fighting with this thing, but it is what it is. All right, so now you guys are propped up on the, well, no, you're not. No, you're not. All right, so we're back over here, and I sent out the harness for our coils to Wireware because now we have our new Fueltech coils. This is the little bracket I made. It is not done. I'm going to use this tubing right here, and this is what I use for like the spacers and stuff like that. That's what I made these with, to, you know, make a little spacer because it wasn't, you know, on the car, but it wasn't matching up. But so I'm gonna put some spacers just to lift it up a little bit because these are pretty close to the bottom right here, and I want to give the wire, I don't want to really bend the wire like that to you know, mess them up or nothing like that. But yeah, I thought, you know, because I had this in the back out in the fuse box and stuff like that, and they added some wires, some extra grounds for that, and so I thought originally they were gonna use the harness that I sent them. Like, I thought they were just gonna use the plug or whatever and stuff like that, and I brought drill bits for something you'll see too. But I thought they were gonna use the section of harness I sent back for the original coils, which is this one. But I think I'm gonna use this one instead for this car right here. We'll get into that a little later. And I don't wanna tell too much stuff. But so this is the original one. It had like a messed up wire. I was kind of hoping he would fix it, but I didn't tell him that. That's my fault. That's my fault. So anyways, it is what it is. But at the same time, you know, whatever. But so they made me a whole new one with the wires I supplied, or the plugs I supplied. So this thing's sick. So it plugs into the original one. He asked for a picture of it. This plugs in right here. And then everything, and then we're using the, I forget what we're using for the ground sensor, because I don't think it's, yeah, we were going to use the VTC originally because the car, that's all locked, so we don't really need that. So it kind of just hangs out in right here on top. But I think we're using the coolant pressure, which is kind of unnecessary for us. I mean, I don't know, it depends. Some people like it, some people don't. But where is the plug for the coolant pressure? Coils. Am I blind? Right. Coolant pressure. So this, right. Yeah, coolant PSI. So this, well, the ground it'll be using, where'd it go? No, I lost it. We'll plug into there, like so. And I took measurements and everything, and he has, you know, like a schematic and all that stuff of my, my coils and my, you know, my layout and everything. I'll put like a little thing right here so you guys know what I'm talking about. So he marks every single one, coil 1, coil 2, coil 3, coil 4. And I'll probably put like numbers right here just so when people plug them back in, they know what's what. Like just in case something happens and someone's helping me out, you know, it just makes it easier for my team and everybody around me, whoever's helping me. Because if only I know, then it makes no sense. But anyways, shout out to Wireware LLC. And looking at the logo, I want to tell you guys so bad what I did. But I'm not going to tell you guys just yet. But make sure you hit them up. Hit him up, Wireware LLC. Anthony. And Derek. Well, he's known as Derek, but his real name is Albert. But anyways, not the point. But yeah, hit them up. There's their car. They gave me 2 new stickers. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with those because the car has a lot of them everywhere. But yeah, I'll probably put them in the engine bay somewhere. Anyways, see, this is my problem. I get off task. Back on task. So I'm gonna run this, and the plan was to either run it on top, like behind. Oh, no, sorry. Nope. I'm gonna keep going. To run it up here, like, you know, across the top over here, like so, to over here, or run it underneath, like so. But there's just so much. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll probably just run it across the top right here. Maybe like in between the fuel rail right here and like and all that stuff. So there's grounds and all that stuff. Maybe run it right through here. I gave them measurements and everything, so from what it looks like, it should be good because this wire comes out a lot further. So I'll figure out what I'm gonna do with that. But as you can also tell, you know, it's stuck. See. I thought race cars use less stuff, but I swear this thing is a mess. Right now, this car is in a more of a function over form matter. But we got our fuel system back together. Pump is mounted. Filters are clean. I cleaned this one. I got a new one, Aeromotive. Put the lines back on. All around. Everything's good. Tight. I just got to tighten these 2 Allens on here. So that's good to go. And then Ralph, who owns the dyno, is gonna let me borrow some wires because he makes the wires for the coils that go to the plugs, and because we're not going to use these now, but these are going to go to the other car. But he makes wires for him, so he's going to give me a set to do some measurements since we're not really putting them in a traditional spot. So most people will put them right here, but since it's a K24, the water neck's in the way. Some people put them right here, but again, I'm going based off EGs. There's no real anything a K-Series 1 to base, a K-Series DA to base off of. I could base off of CRX, but again, most people do a K20 head, so that water neck isn't in your way. But, yeah. Also, since we put the new bumper on a couple videos ago, I was looking at some diffusers, and then Noel hit me up and was like, hey, you're gonna need diffusers, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, you want some Kyao ones? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. So got some Kyao diffusers. Things are sick. I'm gonna leave them the way they are right now. So when we put them on, I got like a 200 pack of rivets for something else too. So I'm gonna use them on these. I'm gonna leave it like that because the bumper's black, so they stick out more. And then once the car hopefully gets painted when it runs a 10, and then I'll paint them black. And then I have a little plan for that too. And then I went ahead because I think I'm kind of following the trend here, but I think it looks sick. I went and got fender vents. No, they're not real carbon. They're plastic, and I got them from Amazon for 20 bucks. So the plan is for to put them on there like that. I think they're gonna look sick, but obviously I want to make like a little damn, I'm full of burps. But I want to make a little almost like a template, so I can put it on here, trace it out, measure, you know, from this center bolt right here that's not in there, and you know, make sure they're all even on both sides, even though it's fiberglass and it's really not even in general. But that's the plan. And I also got and it's mounted, a DP mid plate. I think I showed you guys last time, but I don't think so. We got a DP mid plate that we cut in the front right here. My boss has a plasma cutter, and we cut it right here, and then I had to shave a little bit more because it was hitting the fitting. And then I ended up putting 2 washers behind the two bolts that the two spots that go to the transmission on the inside towards back there, because I was looking at the flywheel bolts, or where the clutch mounts to the flywheel itself, and they kind of stick out, and I was a little nervous that they were going to touch, so I was like, screw it. I put like two really thin washers behind it, and it's still lined up in the front right here, because there's a bolt right there. You can't really see it right there. That lines it up. And then there's this piece right here with they give you the bolt for this, but don't give you the bolt for the other one, but whatever. But shout out to DP. I run a lot of their stuff. But so it's more or less gonna go right here, and I'm gonna weld it to a traction bar, and then you make your hole wherever you want it on the actual mid plate right there. And that's why I brought my drill bits. I gotta stop putting my hand in front of the lens. But that's why that's why I brought my drill bits. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm also just gonna figure out how I want to run this this harness. And then I gotta put this section of harness back in the car. So yeah, they made some changes here, and then I also bought a relay from Amazon. It's the relay that they told me to get, because this harness needs a 75 amp relay, or the coils need a 75 amp relay, so it's gonna have their own relay and stuff like that. And even more water pump has its own relay, so it's not that unheard of. So it's a picker, so it's a good brand, so we're gonna use that. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to it. Maybe I'll drill that tonight. It's already like 10 something because I procrastinated, but it is what it is, and let's get to it. Alright, so originally I was trying to run it underneath the fuel rail and stuff like that, but there was a couple plugs that would have sat like right here, and I didn't want them to get in the way of or conflict with the runners or anything like that. So I ended up running it underneath here, which was another plan anyways, and then it's just going to run through there. And then we got our plug here for our coolant temp sensor, which is our coil ground right here, and then the main plug for the coils. And then a couple grounds right here, like this one is a head ground, which is still able to reach this bolt right here. So I'll probably put that one right there. And I have another head ground that I just realized was not connected, so I got to put another 10 mil back there. And then the wires end up right here. So yeah, I feel like that came out pretty well. It is what it is. It'll go right through the hoses or whatever. But that's fine. And then this is the negative ground that goes to here, and then there's a long, super long wire, and I don't know where it went now. That goes, is it this one? No, that's a ground. Yeah, this one. That I gotta figure out where this goes. It says coil power. I'm 90% sure this doesn't go to the battery. I could be wrong though. It just seems kind of long for it to go to the battery, so I'm pretty sure this has to run inside the car. So I could probably just run it underneath with because I don't think it's gonna be long. Actually, it might actually be long enough to run with this main section of the harness underneath and then inside the car. So probably do that. Actually, my stuffy is gonna be long enough. Yeah, that's gonna be more than long enough. Yeah. All right, so I'll do that. And then, I don't know, it's kind of late. I don't know if I want to start cutting this now and bother my neighbors or not, even though my neighbors don't care about bothering me. But, yeah, screw it. Let's make a couple spacers and see how it turns out. Found my tripod, so that's cool. I'm not gonna hold you guys like this, but it's still hot. And as far as anybody's concerned, I was wearing safety glasses the whole time. Okay, cool. these are a little sharp. Probably end up getting the piece of metal on my finger. That's cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring these over there, and I'm gonna take the 10 mil off that's holding that bracket, because I didn't drill the hole for the other one yet, because I think I'm gonna use the bolt for the mount that's right there, or I don't know, I haven't really decided yet. But yeah, we're gonna do that, and see you guys in a second. So I had to go on a hunt for a long enough 10 millimeter. Found one, because the one I had in there wasn't long enough, so I could use that for my other engine ground. But anyways, before I go too far, does any of my, at least, I'm 27 years old, so anybody at least in their mid to late 40s and above, which to me is the older generation, know anything about these foo-foo AN fittings? I know y'all used to run these, which I get it. Stuff was expensive back then. It's still expensive now, but it was more expensive back then. And you know, most of this stuff evolved from like aerospace technology and stuff like that. But this is just funny to me. Like, it's like this, and then it's like, gotcha, it's not real. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. But yeah, found a bolt, so I'm gonna get this on now. All right, so I was like, let me plug them in. And I'm glad I tried to plug them in, because now I realize I have to make some revisions to this bracket. Because if you look at right here, sorry, you guys can't see that. When I try to plug this in right here, the other coil conflicts, and that's not Wireware's fault. This is kind of actually Fueltech's fault, because this is their bracket for the coils, and you would think they would have thought of that. Actually, hold on, before I talk too much crap. Yeah, no, never mind. When I try to push it on, it pushes up and it's hitting like the cooling fins, and it won't click. So I'm either have to space this out or loosen it up, plug them all in, and then tighten it back up. It ain't easy out here, man. It ain't easy. But anyways, let me figure this out, and I'll see you guys in a second. So the more I look at it, the more I don't like it. So I plugged them in, I loosened them all up, and then put it all back together. And then I also broke the little clip that holds it for number 4 or number 1, whichever one's number 4. I forget which one's which. Oh, cool! I got blood on that. Yeah, I got like a little thing right there on my finger. But that's from work. That's not from anything I was doing here. And it pulled the skin back. Anyways, yeah, I'm not really sure I like it. If you want my honest answer, it seems like they're a little tight in there. Well, which side is my camera? I don't know if I like the way it's bending like that, but I don't know. I'll probably try to make a change, but I'll do that tomorrow. I kind of already have a plan or idea in my head of what I want to do. Maybe flip the bracket to the other side, leave it more or less how it's oriented, but then instead try to mount it like somewhere right here or something. Drill a couple holes, or I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, somewhere right here. No, I'm not really happy how that came out. And then tomorrow we'll tear out the radiator and drill a hole and weld the bracket in for the I can't think of words. The mid plate. So we'll do that tomorrow, and then we'll run the rest of the wires and all that stuff too. It's already probably like 11 something, probably like 11:30, if not 12. So I'll see you guys in a second. For you, it will be not even 2 seconds. For me, it will be, not really. I'll go to work and then come back. So it'll be like 12 hours for me. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, I lied. I'm not going back inside. I literally started revising the bracket because I'm gonna do something like this more. So the coil wires, the wires that go to the coil stick out this way, and then the other ones come from the back like this. But these right here, I didn't get from Wireware. I sent them these already prematurely, and I sent them these, and I ordered them myself. So these ends aren't something Wireware uses. These are something I already had, and I sent it to them, and they used them. But these things are junk. Like, they're literally like, I already broke 2 of the things off. Not even like putting any force, and like I could see little cracks on these already. Like they're already cracked. Like I'm not gonna say the company because I don't want to bash companies because it's not a Wireware thing. It's the company I got it from, which I was sent a link to get them because they were supposed to be good, and they already broke. Like come on, dude. Like that's frustrating because they weren't cheap either. So it's like, whatever. It is what it is. We'll figure it out. If I have to zip tie them down or something, I don't know. I mean, they're pretty tight with the boot, but again, it's a race car. It vibrates and stuff, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. Maybe I'll change them out myself. But that's so frustrating. And again, not a Wireware. That has nothing to do with Wireware. This was something I purchased and I sent to them to use it, and they're junk. Like that's just so frustrating. I literally plugged them in like 3 times and they're already cracked, like the actual clip. Whatever, it is what it is. All right, I lied. It's about an hour later now. And this is where I ended off. This thing was bleeding everywhere. This happened at work, but I kept pulling the freaking skin up and I left blood in places. Anyways, so what I did was, see, like I just pulled it up right now, trying to show you. So, end up putting a little spacer under here, a little spacer under there, and I slotted this one a little bit just so it slides in, and it slides in right under the washer, and it's tight. It's up against the body right there, and then this one, so it's nice and even. And I'm gonna leave it like that because that's kind of a pain in the butt. But I like how it came out, and now we just gotta figure out how to run the wires. And there's more than enough room for the plugs to plug in, so there's room here too. And I end up breaking the rest of these. Like these things suck. Like, again, nothing to do with Wireware, just a product I shouldn't have used. I should have just let them use whatever they were going to use, but it is what it is. And then I got the coils numbered 1, 2, 3, 4 in that order just to make it easier for myself. And then, yeah, I'm going to plug it all in now. And then tomorrow we'll take out the radiator so we could weld the tab on for the mid plate. And then after that, it's pretty much little stuff like the fender vents, the diffusers in the back, and then I want to check plugs too. I want to check plugs because I know they're going to be rich and they're covered in they smell like gas. I actually pulled them out a couple days ago, and they smell like gas. But I'm gonna leave those in there for now because I don't want to put the new ones in until we go get a retune again. So, anyways, I'm gonna leave that just like that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, so we're back. I got the radiator out right there. So I already drilled our hole for the bolt, fits perfect. One thing I recommend always when you're drilling, drills love not being hot. So I always spray WD-40 on the surface and on the end of the drill bit, and it cuts like butter. And then I also made the decision, instead of running the AN lines through the car and having all the fumes inside the car with me, I'm going to mount, well, it's already kind of mounted, the smaller catch can here, and then I'm going to have 2 10AN fittings or bungs welded on the back, cap this one off, and just run them right to here. Something simple, out of the way, quick. But don't worry, because the AB Fab catch can is going to get a new life in this car right here. But again, I'll get into that later. But I'm gonna put our bracket on for the mid plate, and then gotta move the welder over here. Gotta make some space and roll it over. And I also wanted to weld something else. I could have sworn. Whatever. But anyways, I'm gonna get the welder and we'll get welding. Alright guys, so now after some mediocre welding, our mid plate is in. I painted it black, or at least like where I was welding and all that stuff black. So it's in. This motor doesn't doesn't even flinch now, which is kind of crazy. Like, it's solid, it's in there. So looks like it worked. Eggie Fab is clocking out, and now you're just getting regular Eggie back. Yeah, I painted it black. You can't see crappy welds if they're painted black, or at least if you don't look too close, but that's fine. The radiator is gonna go over it anyways. So we gotta throw the radiator back in, and then yeah, and then I just gotta throw the rest of those wires in, and then yeah, we're making good headway. Besides that, tomorrow I'm gonna go pick up the wires from the dyno so I could figure out where they gotta be and how long they gotta be. And hopefully we're ready for Saturday for our alignment and corner balance again with LMMB. I'm not going to say what that even means or what it stands for, but the car, and he does alignments, corner balances, and they needed 4 cars, and Noel signed me up, so we have no choice but to go. But anyways, I'm going to put the radiator back in, and I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, basically just wasted a bunch of time looking for this little I guess it's a block off, but it's a bleeder. So there's one here and there's one on the bottom, and whenever I let the water out in the winter, I think I got the bottom one and I could not find it, and I left it on top of the valve cover, and since I set up the coils in, I couldn't see it. Literally probably spent like a good half hour looking for it. But besides that, I got all the grounds done on the harness. Ground here, ground there, and then I got it running inside underneath the cowl inside the car with the rest of it. Now, I should have showed you guys before, but I'll throw a little picture up right here that I took. Also vacuumed the mouse poop finally. But we got the plate. That's the relay right there. So I put 2 10 mils with two nuts coming this way. And yeah, it's mounted. Everything's good to go. So now the only thing we really need are those coil wires. So once we get those, probably tomorrow, I'll pick them up from the dyno. See if I need them to be longer or anything like that. Shout out Ralph again. But yeah, besides that, I think I'm pretty much done. I think I'll save the cosmetic stuff for next video. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.